2. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and, let's be honest, most misunderstood books in the entire Bible, the Book of Revelation. When you hear the word revelation, what comes to mind? For many, it's images of beasts, plagues, and a super complicated timeline of the end of the world. Can feel intimidating, like a puzzle with half the pieces missing. Many people either get obsessed with decoding every single symbol, or they avoid it altogether because it just seems too strange and scary. But what if I told you that Revelation was primarily written to be a secret code book for predicting the future? What if its main purpose was something entirely different? Something much more personal and encouraging for its original audience and for us today. Let's explore that together. To really get Revelation, we have to travel back in time to the 1st century. Imagine being a Christian back then, living under the mighty Roman Empire. It wasn't an easy time. Christians were often a misunderstood minority group. They faced social pressure, economic hardship, and in some places, intense persecution for refusing to worship the Roman emperor as a god. They were asking some tough questions. Has God forgotten us? Is evil going to win? Where is Jesus in all of this suffering? It's into this world of fear and uncertainty that John writes his vision, his apocalypse. The word apocalypse itself doesn't mean end of the world. It's a Greek word, apocalypsis, which means an unveiling or a revelation. John is pulling back the curtain to show his readers what is really going on from a divine perspective. The book is filled with a style of writing called apocalyptic literature. This was a popular genre in ancient Jewish and Christian writings. It uses vivid symbolic language, dreams and visions, to communicate a message of hope in times of crisis. Think of it like a political cartoon. When you see a cartoon of a donkey and an elephant, you know they represent political parties. You don't take it literally. Similarly, John uses symbols that his 1st century audience would have instantly understood. The wild beasts often represent corrupt and oppressive earthly empires, like Rome, v. number 666, which freaks a lot of people out. Was most likely a code and numerical value of the letters in a name, pointing directly to the Emperor Nero, a notorious persecutor of Christians. So, it's not a future microchip. It was a contemporary critique of political power that claimed to be divine. So, what's the central message being unveiled? It's right there in the very first verse, the revelation of Jesus Christ. This book is not primarily about the Antichrist. It's about Jesus Christ. Throughout the book, Jesus is portrayed not as a baby in a manger, but as the powerful, risen and reigning King. He is the Lamb who was slain, but is now victorious over death and evil. This was an incredibly powerful message for the suffering Christians. John was telling them, look, Caesar might look like he's in charge on earth, but Jesus is the true King of the universe. Your suffering is not the end of the story. Ultimate victory belongs to God. He was encouraging them to stay faithful, to endure because their king had already won the decisive battle. These perspective changes how we read Revelation today. Instead of getting bogged down trying to match every symbol to a modern-day headline, we can read it for its timeless encouragement. It reminds us that no matter how chaotic the world seems, God is still on the throne. It challenges us to examine our own lives. Where do we place our ultimate allegiance? In the temporary powers of this world, or in the eternal kingdom of God? Revelation is a call to faithful endurance and a powerful reminder that in the end, love, justice, and God's kingdom will prevail. It's a message not of fear, but of profound hope. It assures us that history is not random. It's moving toward a beautiful conclusion and new creation, where God will dwell with his people, and every tear will be wiped away. That's a future worth hoping for. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating topics. See you next time.